So Oberlin's socially progressive history really grounds us in our commitment to sustainability.
What makes Oberlin so unique is that sustainability isn't secluded to just one office, but it's something that we integrate on campus from prospective students all the way to the office of the president.
One of the reasons I came to Oberlin College was as a prospective student during my visit, I saw buildings like the Coal Jazz Studies building, which is LEED certified, and I was impressed with Oberlin's creative commitment to sustainability. I felt really motivated to become a part of the sustainable community here at Oberlin.
I live and work in Con, which is a sustainability-themed first-year dorm. It's also LEED Silver certified. So for residents to live here, they have to sign an agreement, right, that they'll do specific sustainability practices. So, for example, that looks like not bringing a car to campus, right? That looks like actively participating in composting and in recycling. And generally being around sustainable practices.
So part of what we do on campus is not just build buildings that are sustainable, but try to get residents and people who live, work, and play in our buildings to think about sustainability.
So the Green Edge Fund is actually a student-run group on campus. It was actually formed by a group of students a few years ago. We get $20 from each student on campus every semester, and that totals up pretty fast. We've got over $250,000. It's been used for gardening projects, it's been used for carbon offsetting efforts. Students are very into the idea that they actually give money to a student group to help promote student interest in sustainability.
Through programs like the residential compost system and the free store and the big swap, we help to divert tons of materials from landfills.
We also maintain the wetland, which is a representation of how Ohio naturally filters water, and so by having this pond on site allow for there to be a reservoir for native species, whether those be flora or fauna, and it also allows for rainwater percolation.
A sustainable wastewater treatment plant that uses all bacteria and plants to treat wastewater from the environmental studies building.
This is a project that came out of some research that was done by students here, and they've since gone on to create a small business startup out of this. And it started right here in this building. We wanted to monitor energy flows here in the building. It's since moved on to going into all the dorms, and we've started to branch out into the city as well. We've created this item here called the Environmental Orb. They're Arduino-based embedded computers that shows water and electricity use. So it's been really interesting to use this as kind of a feedback system to enable people to know how much they're using with just simply glancing at something very quickly.
The Lewis Center is like a laboratory for learning. So when I'm teaching my course on energy and society, I would often take students outside of the classroom. It adds another dimension to teaching. It makes it much more real and practical.
We're on about 10 acres of land here. It's a 2.27 megawatt array that will meet about 12% of the college's electricity needs.
This panel moves throughout the day in the same way that a sunflower would, and so it's a really good example of one of the main types of ecological design today.
So the idea here was to design a structure that changed how people think. The building was named in 2011 as the most important green building in the past 30 years.
It's unlike many of those across the country in the fact that it actually involves real reductions across the board. More of our heating load to ground source and air-to-air heat pumps, kind of on a district scale, so that we can have more of our buildings on green electricity and less on fossil fuels.
And I've been so impressed by the commitment on the part of students, faculty, and staff to try to make the world better and to try to make our community stronger in terms of conserving resources and being smart about our energy usage. We signed the ACU PCC commitment to achieve climate neutrality by 2025 really remind us on a daily basis that we can make a difference. We can make this campus and this community and this world more sustainable. And that's something that we believe is critically important for Oberlin and for the world.